Hello and welcome to another video, and in this one we're going to be looking at token vision. So we're going to need a map and we're going to need some player characters, and if we have a look at Bob the Cleric here, if we open up Bob's character sheet, we can see that under senses Bob has dark vision out to 60 feet. So when we place Bob onto the map, select the character, we'll see that Bob can see around. If we turn on the player's preview, it'll be even clearer. Bob can see around the map out to 60 feet with his dark vision. If we take Bob off the map and we put Bob the Fighter onto the same map, Bob does not have any vision type specified in their senses here, and so he can't see anything. If we have a look at an NPC like this Goblin Warrior here, if we put the Goblin onto the map, select the Goblin, we can see that the Goblin also has dark vision under senses, so they too can see out to 60 feet dark vision. So this is the easiest method of applying a vision type to a player character or to an NPC, is simply to add the sense into there. And this works obviously for other vision types as well. Now we're looking at the 5e rule set here, so apart from dark vision we also have blind sight, true sight and devil's sight, and these are all done in exactly the same way. If we remove the goblin here and we go into Bob's character sheet here under senses, and if we give him blind sight, let's say to 30 feet. And when we tab out of there, we can see that Bob now can see out to 30 feet with his blind sight, and the same thing applies if we change this to true sight. Let's not put the capital R in there. Then we can see that that changes as well. And we also have devil's sight, which is pretty much the same thing as true sight. We put that in there, and that hasn't, well, if I change the number, it'll be more obvious. Change it to 10, we can see that Bob now has devil sight. So this is the easiest way to apply a vision type to either a player character or to an NPC. And some rule sets may have different sight types. I believe Pathfinder 2 has greater dark vision, for example, and they're all done in exactly the same way through the senses section of the character sheet. So this is fine for vision, which is permanent, like Bob the Cleric's an elf, so he's always going to have dark vision out to 60 feet. But there could be occasions where a character is under the influence of a spell, or perhaps has a magic item which allows a special vision type. So we can add those effects in a couple of ways. If we have a look at Bob the Fighter here, if we go to the Actions tab, and we can add in effects into the Actions tab to create a vision type for him. So first thing we're going to do is to, well, unlock the character sheet, but we're also going to give him a new power group, and we'll just call this Vision for fun. And once we've got that, we're going to right click, we're going to go to add action and then add effect. And in the new line, we're going to open up our effects dialog. And then the keyword we're looking for is vision, end it with a colon. And then we can specify the range. So let's give it a range of 30, and then the vision type. So let's give it dark vision. We need to be applying the targeting to self. That's it, and we just apply the effect from here, and it goes onto the combat tracker, and now Bob has a dark vision out to 30 feet. The Dungeon Master can turn this on and off here in the combat tracker. So if for whatever reason Bob is no longer able to use maybe he's put his magic weapon away or whatever it is, you can you can change the whether or not the effect is active here or inactive, whatever. So that's another way to get vision onto a character, and this the vision takes a range and a vision type, so we can change this if we wanted to. We could make this 20 and we could maybe make it true sight, and whatever we choose here, once we apply the effect, it applies, let's take the dark vision one off, it applies that effect to the character on the combat tracker. We can also do this using the effects menu. Here we can create a new effect here. So if we wanted to, we could do exactly the same thing. And let's say we want Devil's Sight. Sorry, we need the range first. So let's give it a range of 40 and let's call it Devil's Sight. We need to give it some kind of limit. And then we're just going to tab out of there if we remove this effect, and then we can just drag this onto the combat tracker, or we can just drag it directly onto the token here, and it'll do the same thing. It'll place it there, and now Bob has got Devil's Sight out to a range of 40 feet. So that's two methods of being able to add an effect onto a character to allow for the different sight types. And if you create the effects up here as well, you can also apply this to an NPC. So if you've got an NPC that doesn't have an existing vision type, then you can apply the effect onto that NPC from here as well. Now, in addition to that, it's also possible to modify the range of the vision that a character might have. So if we take Bob out of the equation for a moment and we put our cleric back onto the map. So our cleric has got a vision of dark vision, and it's going out to 60 feet. But maybe there is something which is interfering with the range of the dark vision here. So once again, with the effects, we can change these. So if we go to our cleric's action tab, we unlock the character again and then add another power. We'll call this vision again. And then if we go to this group and right click, add action and add effect, we'll get our new line, open this up to get our dialog box. And let's call this one is viz max. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to specify a maximum range for the vision that this character has. Now, the character might be carrying a light source or anything like that, but this is going to limit their vision to a specific range. So let's call it VisMax 20. Once again, we're going to set the targeting to self, and then we're going to apply the effect to Bob the Cleric. And we see now that despite having a range of 60 feet for their dark vision, that is now restricted to 20 feet. Again, we can create this effect here if we wanted to by adding in a new effect and then going BizMax and calling it 20. And we'll give it a reasonable length, and then we've given that VisMax 2. We forgot 20, so let's add 20 in. And if we now put Bob the fighter onto the combat tracker and then apply this effect from here, we can see that now Bob is also restricted to just 20 feet vision as well. If we move him around, we can see he's restricted. So Again, we can do this for player characters, or we can also apply this to an NPC as well, and it'll fix the range at whatever you specify in the effect. So this is a handy thing for um, some situations where maybe the map is foggy or misty, or there is some other thing which is interfering with the sight range, tall grass, bushes, whatever it is, and you can reduce the range of the sight to a specific value. So there is another effect that we can use to do a similar thing, and this is the VisMod effect, and this will modify the existing value of the sight or the vision by that particular amount. So if we come to Bob the Cleric here again, and we add action and add an effect back to our dialog box, and this one is VisMod, and again end it with a colon, and you can specify a positive or negative number here. So let's say minus 10. We'll set the targets to self again. We will remove Bob the fighter from the combat tracker. We will get to Bob and we'll remove all their effects. So Bob now has back to his normal range of 60 feet dark vision, and if we apply this effect to them, then you can see that the range of the dark vision has been reduced by 10. We could probably make that a bit bigger, and it might be more obvious if we change this to 30. We'll take that effect off, and we'll apply this new effect, and you can see much more clearly that Bob's vision range has now been restricted by 30 feet from the original 60. This can be a positive number as well, so we could have, if we wanted to, increased Bob's range of vision by 30 feet or whatever, and he would then have extended the range that he can see. And again, we can add this effect to here on the effects tab. We can change this to 30, whatever it is we want. Tab out of there, and we can apply this effect from here, and we can apply it to any player character or any PC that we have got. So we made this one a positive number, and you can see now that Bob's vision range has increased rather than decreased. And as I say, we can, if we had an NPC on the map as well with a particular vision type, then that would also increase. So VisMod will modify the existing vision type either by a positive or negative number. Okay, there is one more possibility that we can use here to add vision to a token. So let's get rid of all of these effects at the moment. We're going to remove Bob the Cleric from the map, and we're going to add in Bob the Fighter. So Bob's back to his normal. He doesn't have any sight. If we wanted to add sight to him using this method, then we need to unlock the map. We need to go to our lighting tab, and then we need to go to the token vision tab here. Open that up, and we have a panel which is very similar to what we saw with the token lights or the other light tab. We've got a vision range. We've got on or off, we've got fall off, near, far, etc., and we've got presets. So if we wanted to give Bob dark vision via this method, we just need to make sure that our token is selected, set all these ranges, etc. here, and then just click on the add vision, and now Bob has vision or dark vision out to 60 feet. We can change this to another type, blind sight. We can change the distances, etc. That it's coming out at here. We can just apply that, and it will apply whatever you have in these ranges, all of this kind of thing, and the presets, etc. And if we wanted to remove a vision type, again, make sure the token is selected, and then we just delete that vision type and delete that one, and Bob is now back to having no vision again. Now, I do not recommend that you use this for player characters or NPCs. It might be useful for tokens which are on the map for some other reason, but this is a bit more work for the dungeon master to do. Only the DM can do this, by the way. Players can't do this, whereas players can create their own effects and apply them to themselves. But I would recommend that you use the effects system to manipulate vision, but the option is there to use this panel to add vision to your NPCs or player characters. Now, there's one other thing that I should talk about as well, and that is some conditions here. For example, the blinded condition. Let's get Bob the Cleric back in. It's easier to work with them. We'll remove this one. So Bob is working away. He can see fine, but then somebody casts a spell on him and he's blinded. So when we drag the effect onto him, then he is blinded and all his vision disappears. So the blinded condition essentially removes all vision and the character can no longer see. So this will work for all vision types, except of course for blind sight. So if, for example, Bob the Cleric here had an effect on him and he had blind sight, targeting self, and if we applied this to him, then that will overcome the blinded condition. So you can see that Bob here is blinded, but he's got blind sight, so therefore he can still see even though he's got the blinded condition. So blinded or blind sight will overcome blinded. Blinded will overcome all other vision types apart from blind sight. Okay, so I think that's it for token lights. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers for now.